Greetings everyone, Sirtopper here. I'm going to talk about a subject that I think is very important, and at least to everyone to know, and that is extinction. For the past few hundred years, humanity, have extinct several of many other world's species. I can't even believe how we could sink so low. What is the point to exterminate other creatures? Over for the past 100 years, most of the Earth's population of animals like elephants, whales, they have been almost bringing to extinction. And why? Why? Well, for the elephants and rhinos case, because people believe their horns can have some sort of healing abilities to healing all kinds of cramps, aches, or even other types of diseases or ailments. But that is false. That is not people can't be healed by that, but people still believe it. And is that even worth to hunt down all the elephants and the rhinos to use their tusk and their horns to make this medicine, this miracle medicine? And what happened? If people had using this for centuries, what happened if every last elephant and your rhinos are extinct? Where will you get the next medicine? Just think about it. What is the next reason to even do it? For the past 100 years, there have been other number of animals has been extinct, like Tasmanian tiger, also known as Tasmanian wolf, was declared extinct 1936. And just barely a few years later, the Australian government declared them to be a protected species. But that was too late. The entire species was gone. And now, about this year, there was a part of the rhino species that has been declined so much. And that species has probably zero chance of survival. The reason is only that is 3 females remains. The last male died recently. Why are we people are trying to bring other creatures to extinction? It is unbearably understandable. Why? Just why? For the past million years, other creatures have been extinct, but those were died out because of natural disasters or climate changes, like dinosaurs. They died out because of the asteroid impact Earth 66 million years ago. We have no indirect contact, even no direct purpose for that. But since mankind started to spread around the world for about 15,000 years ago and so on, why would we extinct other or kill off every creature that we came up with? Like the lions. They are also a brink of extinction. And tigers. Oh my god, tigers. One of the most famous cats in the world are close to be extinct. But good enough, there are parks, zoos out around the world who are starting these breeding programs to not to preserve their species, and that has luckily good turns. For the last several years, the numbers of tigers in the world has started to increase, but not much, but still is a good start. Like the giant panda, for example. That will also almost bring an extinction. But luckily for that, last year, I think, they have moved from a status that were nearly extinct, nearly critical endangered, to a less dangerous, but still close to be almost extinct. What would happen if we kill off every single creature on the world? I can't be part of a kind of a race or a species that is killing off other creatures like because they are the dominant species on the world. No. If we had to one day to inherit the world for next generation and next, what would we tell our grandchildren or great grandchildren when they ask, what is a tiger? What's an elephant? Or why is this annoying tigers today? What would we tell them? Would we lie and say, oh, the tigers, they're old, they didn't survive so much longer? Or we say the truth, oh, we kill them off. We killed them because we wanted the fur, we wanted the bones. What is the point of that? I mean, some of my viewers or fans might think this video is not so important. But just think about it. When you grew up, you might adore the giant panda, tigers, lions, elephants, or even zebras. What would you tell to your children or your grandchildren about those animals when they are extinct? All they were able to read about those animals in books or even movies. Even then, people around the world have been trying another way to restore the animals from being extinct through cloning, which is a good start if the species had a great number of the kind, like from 12 to almost 20,000. That's a great number to start the kind to be more. I mean, for the past several hundred years, a number of species has been extinct, like the flightless dodo bird, for example. That bird had no natural predators on the island where they lived, until around the 1600s, when the Dutch sailors came to the island and found them, and they wasn't even scared of the humans, which I can't understand why. And why would we kill off one species than another? There was another creature, animal, which I thought was so very much adorable. The quagga. I have kind of almost like a zebra. And that one was killed off as well. Even humans can also be extinct. Because over the past several hundred years, there has been a number of human tribes around the world, like the Aztecs, the Mayans, and so many others. They had a unique culture, language, everything else. And what we did? We killed them off. Not intentionally. We brought diseases all under the world from our part of the world to new parts. But basically, killing off animals killing off an animal because of there are a pest or, well, as a pest for their agricultural society or farming society was like, well, I can understand people wanted their crops to be safe so they can harvest without being destroyed by animals. No. Is that right to killing off? No, definitely not. We have the same problem here in Sweden. We have a big problem with the farming with this boar, those wild pigs. The numbers are between like 250 to 350,000. That part which I can understand, they want to keep the numbers in check. But that is almost impossible. I read there was another kind of bird which I thought was interesting to read about, the passenger pigeon, which mankind ruthlessly killed off for more than 100 years ago. The last of the living was actually Martha, who died 1914. From a report from 1886, a group of people saw a flock of birds of that kind, the passenger pigeon, and it took 14 hours for the entire pack to pass over the sky, and the numbers was actually 3.5 billion. And people estimate that entire population of that pigeon was actually between 3 to 5 billion. If that's almost more than half of the world's population today. People kill them off because they thought as a pest. Why? Killing off an entire bird species because they thought as a pest? That is just stupid. What would you like killing off cows, for example, if they start to eating off your crust? Would you kill them off? No. We need cows because the milk, the meat. No. Why would we suddenly start killing off an animal because they are a pest? No. Killing off them because they're too great number? No. If the numbers are getting too much, then I can understand if the world population want to keep them in numbers in check. Yes. But worth killing off? No. Definitely not. If the world's dogs start to appear too aggressive to the world population, to families, children, is it worth killing off? No. I mean, extinction is the natural part of a species, yes. But is the right to killing off a species not a natural way? No, it isn't. What would happen if we suddenly started killing us all ourselves away? Like, what happens if the world start killing humans because they think, oh, we're too many, we have to kill them, perhaps we could kill half of the human society, kill off half of the world population to stop being overpopulated. No. Is that even worth it? No. Killing off a species or an animal or other creatures? No. Absolutely not. It's not even worth that. That is like genocide of species. I mean, over for 20 years ago, a number of people died in Africa, in Rwanda, 1994. Numbers that between was like from 500,000 to 1,000,000. No, is that worth it from here? No, absolutely not. Even isn't worth it. Why would we kill off an animal or other creatures because we think there's a pest or there are too many of them? Is it worth it to bring them into extinction? Absolutely not. What would happen if we started killing all the elephants, all the lions, tigers, because they think they are too dangerous to be alive? No. For in fact, there used to be a number of other tiger species around the world. Some of them lived on the island Java, for example, or Bali. They were brought to extinction in the early 1900s. Since 1500, 95% of the world's kinds has been extinct. In fact, better than I speak right now, other species has been brought to almost extinction. But you're sitting there allowing creatures like elephants, tigers, lions to be bring to extinction. Like sitting on the couch saying and reading on the news or reading it on the newspapers or hear from friends say, "Oh, I heard that the last lion in Africa died today. Oh, too bad." Or what? Yeah, that would be one reaction. Some people out there hunting these animals because of a sport. Killing elephants, lions, tigers, or even giraffes for part of a sport. Like killing a lion. Oh, I would kill a lion. That's a great gift, a great trophy for myself. No, absolutely not. Is it worth to kill a lion or a tiger or even elephant? Absolutely not. If you're hearing about some of these people hunting animals because of sport, like a trophy, stop it immediately. Even people around the world want to use this as a sport. Since the early 1800s, people started hunting whales because their oil was more cheaper than even better quality than other types of oil. Oil was used by then. Even then, almost the whales was almost brought to extinction. Now, 200 years later, still numbers of their kinds have still slowly recovered, but that is not enough. People are still hunting whales because of that, not that was scientific research. But we are a kind of people. We want to preserve the animals, the nature for our future generations. But if we don't, our future descendants will never be unable to experience those creatures, these animals in person, like to go to a zoo to see a live tiger, or even an elephant. All they can see there the bones or stuffed up animals in like in a museum. No, I mean, we have to preserve our animals for our future generations, not to bring them extinction. That is the wrong way. I can understand that, and we start to destroy their natural habitat, their natural environment, to bring to destroying the jungles to bring farming. No, is that even worth it? Absolutely not. I can't even consider myself as a good citizen in the world not to see at many other people around the world killing off animals because of a sport or they think it's a pest. Why would we able to do it? I mean, Greenpeace are one of those organizations out there who is trying to preserve the humankind or the animal kind from being extinct. Last year, we discovered a new kind of orangutans on Borneo. And that is another animal who is almost like extinction. They have a number of natural preserves which they can survive in. But most of those parts of the natural reserves have been demolished to be replaced by farming grounds. I mean, over the past 100 years, people have seen an animal which then perhaps later, like 30, 40 years later, think to be extinct. And then almost 100 years later, they find a living specimen of that animal alive, which they thought to be extinct. We have to preserve and save the animals from extinction. Try to help to save them, not to bring them extinction. No, save our fellow animal kind from extinct. If anyone hears of this message, please try to help as best you can to preserve and help others to preserve the animals. I don't want to hear about the lions, tigers, or elephants being extinct within the next 100 years or so. Well, that's all I have to say from this message. And as always, subscribe with a comment. And as always, this is Switch Down Below, over and out.